All right, what's going on there, folks? Good afternoon. It is the Earthmaster back here on this Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to the folks there celebrating this holiday. A lot of folks have the day off. A lot of folks working today, so we appreciate the folks that are working. Happy Thanksgiving. 1.6, the latest earthquake here in the Oklahoma area. The live stream is back up and running. It's been quite windy here in Northern California. Got a very strong north wind coming up right now. Knocked off the power a couple times here at my place. So hopefully the stream will continue on throughout the day today without being affected. Of course, when the power goes down, the stream goes down. So hopefully it will stay up here. I mean, it's still pretty windy, but hopefully they get these issues fixed. All right. The latest update here on the Iceland Meteorological Office here states, and this is due because of the declining activity, the likelihood of a sudden eruption within the Grindavik area is decreasing daily. That's their latest update here. We're still seeing deformation going on. This is the map from a couple days ago. And of course, we're still getting earthquake activity. We'll check that out here in just a little bit. But there's strong indications of a connection between crustal uplift in the Svartsengi and the formation of the magma intrusion. It is most likely that the magma is rising in the area between Hagafell and this area right here. So that is to the northeast of the Grindavik region, which is good. And that is the latest information there from the Icelandic site. The likelihood of a volcanic eruption at some location along the length of the magma intrusion persists. It is possible that magma could emerge in the area between Hagafell and this region, like they're stating today. However, as crustal relaxation continues to occur and seismicity decreases, along with a decrease in magma inflow to the intrusion, the likelihood of an imminent volcanic eruption diminishes with time. So everything kind of settles down. Similar to what we've seen, I think it was a couple years ago when we seen this area around this region showing some inflation due to magma intrusion. But you just never know. I mean, it's possible we could get some further adjustment with the plates, further adjustment along this rift zone, along this divergent boundary here, and see a further influx of magma. But for now, it looks like the potential for eruption is going bye-bye. Let's see here. It is presently assessed as low. So right now, kind of low within the Grindavik area, which is good news, right? There's a lot of work to be done there because of the uplift and the subsidence of the land. I've seen quite a few cracks in the ground, and I'm sure the infrastructure around there may be damaged. But they assume here that the newly emplaced magma beneath Grindavik has solidified partially, thereby reducing the likelihood of the magma that will reach the surface within the city limits. So that is, good news. That hopefully that, they'll be able to save the town there. However, we emphasize that the possibility of a volcanic eruption at some point along the length of the intrusion is still going to be in between these two areas right here. It remains plausible. So we'll continue to watch that and report back on it. Latest earthquake activity overnight. Let's look at the last 12 hours here of earthquake activity. It has died down considerably. With only, 44 earthquakes here up on the map. And that includes areas outside of the Grindavik region. Most of the earthquake activity still north of Hagafell. And it's going to be this region right here. Basically, within this area, they think is where the magma could still come up and create some fissures. But it looks like, things are tapering off here. We'll have to watch that and see how this plays out with the ongoing situation up there. All right, Hawaii is another one that we're kind of watching here. Earthquake activity has kind of died off here as well. With only 5 earthquakes listed up on the map, let's see what we got for the latest informational statement from the HVO. Are they working today? They are working today. All right. Kilauea Volcano is currently not erupting. No unusual activity has been noted across the middle or lower sections of Kilauea's East Rift Zone. So tilt meter. Tilt's the obvious indicator of magma moving about the crust or the surface area below. Let's see what we got here for today. I haven't even looked at this yet. Just had to get everything going. I was helping Missy Mimi's with the Thanksgiving dinner here for the family a little bit later on. UWE station, tilt meter. Well, we're still up there, still climbing. It is windy. We just got a huge gust right now. Hopefully this stays up, folks. This is above, this latest inflation out here is above our previous elevated inflation. So this is continuing to go up and up and up. The question is, are we, obviously there's magma forming within this area underneath this region here. It just looks as though it's having some issues finding its way to the surface, which is building up, just continuously building up and pushing this land up. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. I still think there's a likelihood that we'll see maybe some fissures open up south of the Kilauea summit area, more so right around this region here where all the earthquake activity has been. I'm trying to find a decent seismograph station. That one doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it's not, doesn't look like it's tuned. Here we go. This is the last 12 hours of earthquake activity. A couple earthquakes, but nothing like what we had seen here a couple days ago and weeks past. So things are calming down. They're mellowing out across the Kilauea volcano area for now. All right, let's see what else we got here. Looks like a little quake in Texas. What do we got out there? Texas rocking and rolling this morning with a 3.4 earthquake. This area has definitely been bumping in terms of earthquake activity outside of Pecos. A lot of oil fields out here. They've been active more so than normal in the past 30 days or so. I'd say the past 2 months have been quite elevated. One earthquake out here in the Oklahoma area near Cole. 1.6. See what we got going on here across the west coast on this Thanksgiving Day. Not a whole lot for now. Minimal movement up here across the Long Valley supervolcano. We have seen a little bit of earthquake activity out here in the last couple days, but no major swarming going on. Just a handful of smaller quakes. Last 2.5 and above. Looks like, near Malibu from yesterday. Yeah, that's from yesterday, 2.5. But that's about it in terms of anything above that level. The rest of the globe out here, movement across South America, it looks like a 5.3 earlier this morning, pretty deep. That's a region to watch pretty closely because they have been seeing quite a bit of confined activity here to the center portion of the Peru-Chile Trench. Aside from that, your typical clustering going on here across Indonesia Islands area. Nothing going on here across the Western Pacific for now. New Zealand's got a handful of earthquakes throughout the region. A couple of threes kicking up. In Australia, a couple twos stirring up here across the eastern areas of Australia. Mediterranean region. Pretty good swarm of activity out here across Turkey today. Is that in the Turkey region? Let's see here. We got this activity here, 5.3 in Turkey. That's kind of somewhat of a good size aftershock in that region that's seen those large earthquakes earlier this year. But we're also getting some movement up here in Tajikistan area, a couple fours, even a 5.2 early this morning. So things stirring up out here. I'll definitely keep an eye on that region. Looks way active today. All right, space weather activity here, and then we'll move on. Let's see what we got for the space weather. And we are getting very interesting on the sun right now with a massive amount of sunspots, and a lot of these are bunched up in this little region right here. You can see it nicely on the magnetogram image. This shows the complexity of the magnetic cores that these may harbor and may hold. It looks like this area up here is still fairly dynamic. There's one region I'm kind of watching right here. It is getting almost directly into view with the Earth. Anything that does blast off from here will be geo-effective for sure. We're getting a little bit better look at this region down here as well, southeastern edge of the sun. Quite dynamic with a whole bunch of colors around, in and around the center core. And I think we got some further ones way out there on the eastern limb as well. Way out there. We can't even see them yet. We can see the flaring. Last night, this area popped off a pretty good CME. Not Earth-directed, obviously, because it's way over there. But with it being way over there, this gives us a good view of how strong this area is because of the magnetic lines well above the sunspot area. So this would be interesting to watch as we get a little bit better view, probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. But for now, we're still under the threat of maybe potential X-flare probability out here with a 10% chance for the X-flare. M-flare elevated at 55, 99% certainty with C-flare. Obviously, we're pretty steady in the C-flare department, kind of popping like popcorn out here, crackling like popcorn. And again, these can spark off out of the blue. Keep an eye on these regional sunspots that are facing the Earth. That could definitely enhance the 3-day forecast should we get any Earth-directed CMEs or major flares coming up. All right, weather outlook here today. I think we have pretty neutral conditions. In fact, for Thanksgiving out here, no thunderstorms forecast. None. Zip zero. Nada. That's crazy. And that's thunderstorms anyway. It looks like maybe a little bit of snow up here across Wyoming and Montana, Idaho, northern Nevada. This system's going to drop down. That's our wind right here. Look how tight these pressure gradient lines are. That's why we're getting these very strong north winds here where I live in Northern California. And that looks like it's going to pick up throughout the night as well and tomorrow. Goodness. So the stream may go down. If it does, I promise I will get it back up. Either way, this is a developing low pressure out here. Going to bring some snow down into the area of the Four Corners region and create a little bit of havoc out there, maybe around Kansas. Look at that little line right here. This could be some severe weather potential as we head towards next weekend, or this weekend. We'll have to keep an eye on that. West Coast, it looks like our weather pattern change comes in the first week of December. Look at that out there in California. Got looks like a nice Pacific storm coming in. I'm hoping that's going to be the storm. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I'm hoping. Last time we seen something like that, though, coming to California, the models changed. So I'm hoping that holds up. That's a pretty powerful looking storm, bringing some decent rainfall out there. And hopefully that, I'm fingers crossed. I'm a guy that likes to walk out and see it raining, and it's just something about the rain is super refreshing. All right, I'm going to jump off here and enjoy the Thanksgiving day with Missy Mimi's and the kids here. We're just going to do our own little thing, just not having any real big family dinners, just our own little small family here for Thanksgiving. So again, happy Thanksgiving to the folks out there celebrating it from me and Missy Mimi's. We'll catch you guys back here a little bit later on this evening. Take care, folks, and enjoy. All right, just doing a quick bell check. Looks like we're good. Should be good to go there. Happy Thanksgiving to those again out there. We'll catch you guys back here a little bit later on this evening.